Hello students, good morning. I welcome you all to your English class. And the lecture what we have picked for today is the second half of the chapter, The Lost Child. In the first video of this chapter, we already have, covered the summary points, the characters, theme and all. So also some pages also are explained, but I'll take the explanation full here of the chapter. So we'll directly switch to the chapter. Here are the summary point. Here is about author, theme and all that we already have done, and if you wish to know what is there, you can check my first video. Also 2 pages are done, but I'll just for the revision part I'll read it right from the start for you people. Okay, so let's see. The Lost Child by Mulk Raj Anand. It was the festival of spring. From the wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys emerged a gaily clad humanity. Some walked, some rode on horses, others sat, being carried in bamboo and bullock carts. One little boy ran between his father's legs, brimming over with life and laughter. "Come, child, come," called his parents as he lagged behind, fascinated by the toys in the shops that lined that way. Okay, so you people already know that this story is about a little boy who goes to a fair with his parents, and check out with the very first line here, wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys. You can check the meaning right here, wintry shades of narrow lanes and alleys. Like in winter season, the narrow lanes were full of shades. Full of shades means full of people. Now, emerged means came out. Came out who? A gaily clad humanity. Check here the meaning of gaily clad humanity. It is the people. Gaily means happy. Gaily clad humanity here is people who were happy and were in vibrant clothes. As it was a fair time, so everybody wore the best of their clothes and came out. Some people walked, some rode on horses, and like different means of transport they used to come to fair. Now here in the picture you see a little boy is seen in the picture. He is our protagonist. This little boy is our protagonist, main hero of the chapter. Now he came from his between his father's legs, brimming over with life and laughter. Brimming over here means, you can check in the meaning box, it is to be full of something, full of life and laughter. And as he was lagged behind, fascinated by the toys that he was seeing, his parents called him, "Come, child, come." Check here, he hurried towards his parents, his feet obedient to their call. His eyes were lingering on the receding toys. Check here, his feet obedient but eyes lingering on the receding toys. Feet obedient means he was following what his parents were saying. He followed them, but his eyes were still where? On the shops. His eyes were there on the toys in the shop. So you can check the meaning of lingering and receding here. As he came to where they had stopped to wait for him, he could not suppress the desire of his heart, even though he well knew the old cold stare of refusal in their eyes. Now, here he knew very well that his parents are not going to buy him anything, because the writer says here, check here, he knew the old cold stare of refusal. Cold means emotionless, no emotion. So earlier also he might have asked his parents many a times to buy him things, and every time the parents' response would have been no. So this time also he knew very well that there is no sense of asking them anything, because they are not going to buy him anything. Check here on the next slide. This page also is covered in video number 1, but still I'll read it. A group of dragonflies were bustling about on their gaudy purple wings, intercepting the flight of a lone black bee or butterfly in search of sweetness from the flowers. The child followed them in the air with his gaze, till one of them would still its wings and rest, and he would try to catch it. But it would go fluttering, flapping up into the air when he had almost caught it in his hands. Then his mother gave a cautionary call, "Come, child, come. Come on to the footpath." Now here As he was like going towards the fair, many things got his attention on the way. So first thing that caught his attention was this, obviously the toys in the shop, and second thing here is a group of dragonflies he observes who were intercepting, check here the meaning here, obstructing what, the flight of black bee or butterfly, on butterfly who were going where, in search of sweetness from flowers. So boy started following them, following the butterflies, and he would try to catch the butterfly also, but obviously it would go fluttering and flapping. And while he was following butterflies, while he was trying to catch it, again he hears what, the call from his parents, come child come. Then he ran towards his parents gaily and walked abreast of them for a while, being, however, soon left behind, attracted by the little insects and worms along the footpath that were teeming out from their hiding places to enjoy the sunshine. See here, number 3, third thing, like when he was walking happily, gaily here is happily, walk abreast. Abreast means with them. He was attracted now this time by what, little insects and worms. Now he saw, his eyes were there on the footpath, he saw down that teeming out means all coming out together, little insects following each other, coming out together. So he was like now fascinated by insects and worms. A child's mind is like innocent mind. Again he gets a call from his parent, come child come. His parents called from the shade of a grove where they had seated themselves on the edge of a wall. He ran towards them. A shower of young flowers fell upon the child as he entered the grove. Forgetting his parents, he began to gather the raining petals in his hands. The next thing he was fascinated by what? The flowers in the grove. Grove here is, you can check, small wood or group of trees, like, okay. So he was attracted by what? Young flowers. He started collecting petals. He stood down the tree and fell what, the petals raining, and started gathering the petals, So he was so happy. But what happened, as he was gathering the petals, his eyes got something else, his attention, something else got his attention. See what it is? But lo, he heard the cooing of doves and ran towards his parents, shouting, the dove, the dove. The raining petals dropped from his forgotten hands. Now here he is like fascinated by flowers, and now when he hears the cooing of doves, he runs towards his parents, shouting about the dove and the dove. And while he is chasing the dove, see here, raining petals drop from his forgotten hands. Why forgotten hands? Forgotten hands means when his attention was caught by the doves, he completely forgot about the flowers. So child imagination seriously run wild. One time, at a moment, he is attracted by one thing, another moment another thing catches his attention. Now the 2 pages were already covered in the last video, so we start from here. Come child come, they called to the child, who had now gone running in wild capers round the banyan tree, and gathering him up, they took the narrow winding footpath which led to the fair through the mustard fields. Now see here, capers is playful skipping movement. He was running around the banyan tree, the boy here, while the parents were calling him. What he was doing, he was capers round, he was moving around he was like skipping around what, the banyan tree. And they took a winding path which led to the fair through the mustard field. Now let's see what happens in the fair. Now till the moment he has not entered in the fair, now we'll see what he observes in the fair. As they neared the village, the child could see many other footpaths full of throngs. Throngs means huge crowd, converging to the whirlpool of the fair. Converging means all coming together. Whirlpool is basically, whirlpool means what? The current of water, the round movements, the circular movements of water or current in the sea. So here whirlpool of the fair means what? The loud rush in fair which was moving with like enormous speed in the fair. And now boy, he was a little boy after all, he has not observed any time such a crowd, so he felt little bit repelled. Check here, and felt at once repelled and fascinated by the confusion of the world he was entering. Confusion of the world here means a loud rush, he has not much been to such places where crowd gathers much, so it was a new experience for him. So here repelled also and fascinated also. Okay, now what happened when he entered, what exactly he observed? The very first thing in the fair, a sweetmeat seller hawked gulab jamun, rasgulla, barfi, jalebi at the corner of the entrance, and a crowd pressed round his counter at the foot of an architecture of many colored sweets decorated with leaves of silver and gold. The child stared open eyed and his mouth watered for the burfi that was his favorite sweet. I want that burfi, he slowly murmured. But he half knew as he begged that his plea would not be heeded because his parents would say he was greedy. So without waiting for an answer, he moved on. Now see here, earlier all the things what child was fascinated by, those things come under the category before the child enters the fair, a fair area, fair compound or ground. Now this is the very first thing he was fascinated by when he enters into the fair. Okay, barfi, the sweet meats like gulab jamun, rasgulla, he wanted everything, like see here round his counter at the foot of an architecture of many colored sweet. It means the sweets were decorated very nicely, they were kept in heaps like in a very nice way, which caught everyone attention. So child also wanted that burfi as it was his favorite, but he knew very well that the answer, his plea means his request would not be heeded means paid attention to, because his parents would come up with what, that he is being greedy. He knew very well parents would have the same answer, so he did not even wait for an answer whether they would say yes or no, and he moved on with them. Now the next thing what caught his attention was here the flower seller, florist. A florist hugged a garland of gulmohar, a garland of gulmohar. The child seemed irresistibly drawn. He went towards the basket where the flowers lay heaped and half murmured, I want that garland. But he well knew that his parents would refuse to buy him those flowers because they would say that they were cheap. So without waiting for an answer, he moved on. Next thing, he was attracted by what? Florist, a flowers garland of gulmohar. He was irresistibly drawn. Irresistibly drawn means something that he couldn't resist. He was drawn means he was very much attracted, but he knew very well that the answer is going to be no. Parents would say that the flowers were cheap. So again he did not wait for answer and moved on. Okay, check with the next. A man stood holding a pole with yellow, red, green, purple balloons flying from it. A child was simply carried away by the rainbow glory of the silken colors, and he was filled with an overwhelming desire to possess them all. But he well knew his parents would never buy him the balloons because they would say he was too old to play with such toys. So he walked on farther. Check here, third thing, again next thing he was attracted by is what? Fascinated by is the beautiful colorful balloons. Now again he was carried away by means completely taken in means completely drawn towards what? The rainbow glory of the silken colors. Rainbow glory of silken colors is the colorful balloons. Okay, so he was filled with overwhelming means very strong emotion, very strong desire to have all the balloons, but he knew answer is going to be no. His parents would say that he is too old to play with toys, so he did not even ask and walked further. Next thing that caught his attention was a snake charmer. See here, a snake charmer stood playing a flute to a snake which coiled itself in a basket, its head raised in a graceful bend, like the neck of a swan, while the music stole into its invisible ears like the gentle rippling of an invisible waterfall. The child went towards the snake charmer, but knowing his parents had forbidden him to hear such coarse music as the snake charmer played, he proceeded farther. Next thing he was attracted by is what? The snake charmer, that how he was making the snake dance or move on his flute. See here its head. It means the snake head raised in a graceful bend like the neck of a swan. Okay, the snake was moving its head like it was a neck of a swan. So here is a simile, here is comparison. The snake head, the movement of the snake here, its head is compared to a neck of a swan. While the music stole, the music means the music of that flute, into its invisible ears of snake, like the gentle rippling of an invisible waterfall. It means the snake was dancing to the music, like, it was like a ripple of what? Invisible waterfall. It was as if the snake was feeling the music, you know. Okay, the child went towards him, but he knew very well parents are not going to let him stand there, because they had forbidden means not allowed, prohibited him to hear such coarse means rough, harsh, and loud, such unpleasant music. So he did not even wait there and proceeded. Now, the next thing, after that burfi thing, after balloon thing, after florist, the garland of Gulmohar, after snake dancing, he was here attracted by what? Roundabout, full swing. Okay, children can resist anything, but they cannot resist to swings. They love, the adventure swings. So here, when he went there was a roundabout in full swing, a roundabout, a complete cartwheel kind of thing. Men and women and children carried away in whirling motion. Whirling here is round or circles. Shrieked and cried with dizzy laughter. Dizzy laughter means, dizzy means as if everything is turning around, you are not, your head is not at your place. So as people were sitting in swing, they were like moving round and round, so they were like enjoying also, at the same time they were freaking out also, right? So they all were shrieking. The child watched them intently, very deeply, and then here he makes a bold request. Here, out of all the time, he did not utter a word, but now he is not able to resist himself, and he is making a bold request, and he says very loudly, I want to go on roundabout. Please, father, mother. See here, the bold request by boy. We know very well, parents are going to say what? No, but let's see what happens in the story. There was no reply. Now this is strange. At least his parents could have said no, but there was no reply. He turned to look at his parents. They were not there ahead of him. He turned to look on either side. They were not there. He looked behind. There was no sign of them. Now see here a twist in the story. Every time the child thought of asking his parents for the things, he resisted himself, because he knew parents are not going to buy him anything, so he moves on. Now here, when he makes a bold request, he realizes that he is lost. A full deep cry rose within his dry throat, and with a sudden jerk of his body, he ran from where he stood, crying in real fear, Mother, father. Tears rolled down from his eyes, heart and fears. Now his flushed face was convulsed with fear. Panic-stricken, he ran to one side first, then to other, hither and thither in all directions, knowing not where to go. Mother, father, he wailed, he cried, he said loud. Convulsed means here, make a sudden violent movement. And hither and thither is here and there. He started crying, and with a sudden jerk of his body, he moves here and there, asks for them, looks for them, screams for them, but there was no sign of them. His yellow turban came untied. His means the boy's yellow turban came untied. His clothes became muddy. Having run to and fro in his rage of running for a while, he stood defeated, his cries suppressed into sobs, tears. At little distances on the green grass, he could see through his filmy eyes men and women talking. He tried to look intently among the patches of bright yellow clothes, but there was no sign of his father and mother among these people, who seemed to laugh and talk just for the sake of laughing and talking. He looked around for his parents. He did not find. Through his crying eyes, he could see many people around, but everybody was enjoying in the fair, and nobody seemed to be bothered about what the child is going through. Anyway, he ran quickly again, this time to a shrine. Shrine is a temple to which people seem to be crowding. Every little inch of space here was congested. Congested means very compact with men, sorry. But he ran through people's leg, his little sob lingering, mother, father. Near the entrance to the temple, however, the crowd became very thick. Men jostled each other. Heavy men with flashing, murderous eyes and hefty shoulders. The boy was very much here disappointed, not finding his parents. He was like, jostling here and there against the heavy bodies of men and women around, but he was not able to find them. And here appears a kind man. See here in the picture. How did you get your child? Whose baby are you? The man asked as he stared clear of the mass. The child wept means cried, more bitterly than ever, and he said, my father, my mother, I want them. The man tried to soothe him by taking him to the roundabout. Will you have a ride on the horse? See here, for earlier he said no. Earlier he did not ask his parents for all the things. Now this kind man is offering and the boy is not taking. He gently asked as he approached the ring. The child's throat tore into 1,000 shrill sobs. It means he cried even loud. He said, I want my mother, I want my father. The man headed towards the place where the snake charmer still played on the flute to the swaying cobra. Listen to that night's music, child, he pleaded. But again he cried what he said, I want my father, I want my mother. Now to distract the child, the man asked him for balloons, colorful balloons. But what he said, I want my mother, I want my father. The man, still trying to make the child happy, bore means carried him into the gate where the flower seller sat and asked him if he wants flour. But obviously the child turned his nose away from the basket and reiterated his sob and said, I want my mother, I want my father. Thinking to humor his disconsolate charge by a gift of sweets, the man took him to the counter of sweet shop. Now man thought that maybe the boy is inconsolable, but maybe some sweets would change his mind. So he takes him to the sweet seller and asks him if he wants any. He says what he wants. I want my mother, I want my father. See children, here is the chapter. Earlier, all the things the boy was fascinated by, now when he is getting to enjoy all those things, he is saying no, because what he wants at the moment is his parents. So no matter, all the things loses their charm when you do not have your parents around. Everything is valuable, everything is worthy only when you have your parents around. So here is the little story. You can check, you can pause the screen. Please check this NCERT questions. You have to do these questions in your fair copy. The first 5 questions you have to do in 30 to 40 words based on the explanation. And these are 2 long answer questions. Now this you have to do in your fair copy. Please make partition in your Beehive copy. In your copy, and the second part of the copy you would be using for this moment section chapter. Okay. So you can check 5 small answers and 2 big answers, long answer questions. Okay, you may take the help of NCERT reference and for the key points of the answer, and also you may take the key points based on the explanation that is given in the chapter. So this is it for today. I guess you people will get this, what is there in the chapter. You'll read this in your free time. Please practice children whenever you get time. Okay, read the chapter once again whenever you get time. Okay, so this is it for today. Thank you so much and goodbye.